LGBTQ 1 Minute News. Let's queer up gay culture. Beyond Fire Island, LGBTQ plus summer getaways across the U.S. offering culture, beaches, and community. For many queer travelers, Fire Island isn't just a destination, it's a rite of passage. With its sun-soaked beaches, car-free charm, and decades of queer history, it has long stood as a cultural playground where the community gathered to feel freedom. But let's be real. Paradise comes at a price. Sky-high costs and limited availability mean many queer travelers are now looking beyond Fire Island for that same magic. From the artsy charm of Saugatuck to Wilton Manors, which will soon host Stonewall Pride Parade and Festival in June, the soulful beats of Narlands, the desert glam of Palm Springs, and the coastal cool of San Diego. Queer joy is everywhere. Hidden gems like Asbury Park, Rehoboth Beach, Ogunquit, and New Hope are also rising inclusive escapes. This summer, gays have many options to beat the heat. As an individual born in New York, and a very happily queer person, I had the pleasure of visiting Fire Island for the first time 5 years ago, and I enjoyed it. In New York, we don't swim in the water, but it was still nice to get over there to experience it and feel included, feel free, naked, and seeing all of the hot individuals. But I'm absolutely open to exploring other parts of the country. I am a person who also really enjoys mountains, so anywhere where we can be ourselves, or even, like, I've never even been to Sawmill,
well,
you know?
I didn't mention it, but just so if you're up in the New York area, there's a place called Rainbow Mountain in the Poconos, which is probably about 60 miles west of Manhattan, and nice, very casual LGBT community in the mountains. There's pools, very affordable.
Okay.
No, I will say, like, this story, no offense to the producers who wrote it, they do very hard work, but, like, when I was thinking, like, where to go in the summer, I'm like, I live in Wilton Manors, love Wilton Manors. That's not a summer destination. It's so humid. Palm Springs in the summer, you're gonna, like, it's a desert. Like, oh my God. But, like, but I will say all the other locations are great. And, like, as someone who used to work in P-Town, like, I love doing summers up in P-Town. That's so fun. Like, I can't do Fire Island because, like, Fire Island's too quiet. Like, I'm used to P-Town where, like, there's like 20 celebrities
Have you been to the Ice Palace?
No, I have no idea. Like, it just looks very sweet and tame compared to P-Town. Now I'm going to get canceled by
No. Don't worry. The thing is, though, but I also want to point out that some of the destinations listed there are not in particularly liberal states. And I know that there are a lot of people who are weary of traveling to states like Florida or Texas or Tennessee or wherever places are, where the state itself is not necessarily welcome to queer people. However, take the example of our home here in Fort Lauderdale, in Wilton Manors. This is a blue dot of a very large red state. So please do not penalize us or avoid us just because of the statewide politics. There are always blue dots in red states where they deserve your queer money and your queer tourism.
Well, and to support our Florida tourism, especially in Wilton Manors, Greater Fort Lauderdale, Miami, I think, if you do come down in the summertime, you may get better rates than during the high season. And, I know a lot of business owners personally who would welcome your business, and we're not too far from the Atlantic Ocean. So,
take a dip,
take a little ride down there and enjoy and splash around, and why not?
And you said that we're a blue dot in a red state. Well, hopefully after November, we're a blue dot in a purple state.
I like that.
People notice that I never refer to Florida as a red state because as someone who's worked in the state, like, it's not a red state.
It is a red state just by gerrymandering alone.
It's blush. It's rouge.
I'll take purple. Purple's the color of royalty.
Bam.
Just like our community.
And that is our 1 minute LGBTQ 1 minute news story. There is no other queer nonprofit media platform like this in the entire world. Support our LGBTQ stories by sharing them and subscribing to Queer News Tonight.